We're here with another episode of the IBJJF Podcast. My guest today is Kaynan Duarte. Kaynan is a two-time black belt world champion, and he's going to be competing this Friday, November 18th, at the IBJJF Absolute Grand Prix. And just as a reminder, this event is brought to you exclusively by Black Armor Kimonos. Kaynan, thanks for being here.
Of course. Thank you for having me here.
Absolutely. Can't wait to watch you compete this Friday. It's coming up in just a couple days. So to start this out, I just wanted to get your thoughts on your most recent black belt world title. I know you had 2 submissions, 4 fights, all victories. You had an amazing performance. How are you feeling now that we're about 6 months removed from that title?
Now I'm feeling much better. I'm glad that I won my world title, but I had only a few weeks to get ready for the tournament. So I achieved the world title, but I wasn't in my 100%. So now I'm just excited to compete again because now I'm very healthy and I'm ready.
Yeah, I remember I spoke to you after you won the Worlds, and you didn't seem really happy with your performance. Like going back and watching it, you did great in all your matches. You got the 2 submissions, but what do you think you could have done differently or better that would have made you happy with that performance?
I don't know. It's just I know that I could do better, and I have done everything that I can. I wouldn't do anything differently because I had only 7 weeks, but I got hurt for a week, and I didn't have a lot of time for training to get ready because before of that I had a surgery in my tonsils. That's why I couldn't train for so long.
Well, now you're going to be competing in the Absolute GP. It's an absolutely stacked bracket. We've got yourself, we've got Cyborg, Elder Cruz, Hidorzuki, Gabriel Oliveira, Gutenberg Pereira, Francisco Lowe, and Enrique Ciccone. How did it feel to be invited to compete in this event?
Oh, I'm so excited, and very glad that IBJJF invited me. When they invited me, I was teaching seminars after ADCC. I wasn't even training the gi much, but I was in a good shape, so I was like, oh yes, of course I'm down. And also it's like 40Ks in the line, so yes, let's go.
So how do you feel about the lineup? There's some really good competitors, some that you faced, some that you haven't. What do you think about the overall group of competitors for the Absolute GP?
I think it will be we're gonna have a lot of interesting match because it's an open weight Grand Prix. So we're gonna have a lot of different guys from different divisions. So it'll be very fun to compete and watch. We have guys from ultra heavy. We have a one middle half. We have people from super heavyweight, from heavyweight. So it will be like good mix.
Yeah, it's a great mix of styles. Was there anyone who popped out to you as a match that you'd potentially want to have?
Not really. Like depends. Whoever, like I don't know. It's hard to predict because I don't even know how they're gonna put the bracket. So when comes to tournaments like that, like with a bracket, I just get ready and not specifically for like some person, you know.
Yeah, and like I mentioned, you did face some of these competitors before in IBJJF competition. Does having wins or having experience against some of these competitors, does that give you confidence leading into the bracket?
I would say yes, especially for those guys that I already beat. But every fight is a different fight, you know. I cannot count with the things that I have achieved in the past. Like every tournament is a new thing.
Absolutely. Another great thing about the Absolute GP is we have 5 awesome super fights. 2 of your Atos teammates are going to be competing. Let's talk about Andy Murasaki. He's got a match with Mateus Rodriguez. That's a match I think everyone is really excited about. What's it like training with Andy? What do you feel like are his strengths, and how excited are you for this match?
Yeah, I got here. It's not fun to train with Andy. He's right now he's competing at middleweight, but he's very well rounded, and I felt that his game improved so much. His back takes, his guard pass, his guard. So will be like, of course, gonna be like a great fight, especially because you're gonna fight Mateus. Mateus is very tough, but I would bet my money on Andy.
Yeah, and he had such a great performance this year at the Worlds. He went up to middle. He was competing at lightweight before that, and he made it all the way to the final, had a great match with Tynan. What do you think about Andy's run at the Worlds this year?
His run was great, and then I think I don't know if everyone know, but he decided to move to the middleweight for like last minute. So he changed his game for the last minute, but I think he did great. And every year you start getting better, you start getting more experience, and then you start developing your game more.
Yeah, Andy looks incredible at middleweight. Let's talk about Jonas Gracie. He's got a fight with Sergio Rios. This is another one I'm really excited for. Sergio's been competing really well this year. He won the Master Worlds. He's had some incredible submission victories, and everyone knows how good Jonas is. He's a European champion at black belt. How do you feel about this match going down, and what do you think are some of the things Jonas can do to win this match?
This is gonna be like a very exciting match, especially because Jonathan and Sergio are two people that always go like never stop. Sergio, he's I have trained with Sergio also. He's like very annoying for train with because he never stop. That guy is like feels like he never get tired. But Jonas is like he's been improving so much. He's been training so much. He has like such a strong grip that I never. I'm a heavyweight, and he compete usually middleweight or lightweight, and he's very very strong for his weight divisions. But yeah, it's not just because my teammates, but I would pick on Jonathan also.
Yeah, that's another fight, like you said, we're all really excited to watch.
Yeah, but I think it will be a match with a lot of things going on.
Definitely. A lot of transitions.
Yeah, a lot of transitions.
It's going to be great. So I wanted to ask you too. A lot of people that I've talked to and asked about the GP bracket, when your name comes up, they always mention how you're one of the most technical competitors, regardless of weight class. So what do you think you've done in your training over the years to be so technical and to develop a game that's that high level?
So in training, usually I don't go just a lot of people just train with the mindset of winning or giving going hard. But I do something differently, especially when I'm far away from competition. I like to put myself in bad positions, start I train things that I don't feel comfortable. So that's why I can play guard, I can be on top, I can be like I can play everywhere. And I think that's one thing that make me improve my game for so quick. In training, competition, I used to compete a lot. And yeah, that's how I feel that I have learned so much. And also I train a lot with lightweights. And when I train to the lightweights, I try to play their games also because I'm more heavy, more strong. So it's not fair for me, like just use my strength against the smaller guys. So I need to take advantage and learn from them. That's what I do it.
It's really interesting how the heavier weight divisions have really changed in the last few years. A lot of the heavyweights now are really athletic, they're fast, they're technical, they have a lot more attributes, and the game is the heavyweight. Sometimes it looks like you're watching the lightweight matches with the type of techniques they're using. So, can you talk about the evolution of the heavyweight divisions and how the game has evolved?
I think, yeah, like you said, right now you can see like a lot of heavyweights doing betting bolo, doing lapel guard. Back then, we just used to see them like doing the basic, like more close guard and smash, pass, double under. But now it's time to evolve, like a lot of times and a lot especially like when you're gonna do the open weight some you we been watching a lot of meows like competing in the open weight take people's back it's time to learn you have to open your mind to learn new things and improve. That's what I think about it, like when it comes to the heavyweights trying to play the lightweights game also.
Yeah, that's amazing. And I'm sure we're going to see a lot of incredible technique at the Absolute GP this Friday. Do you have any final thoughts on the event before we wrap this up?
Man, depends. I would say I would pick me in the final for sure against maybe Gutenberg, Cyborg, or oh man, this is hard. It's hard to say because I don't know how you're gonna beat the brackets.
Yeah, all of those would be incredible matchups regardless.
Yeah.
Awesome. Anyone you want to thank before we wrap up the podcast?
No, I just want to say thank you IBJJF and Flow Grappling for having me in the tournament, and also all my teammates, my professor Andre Galvão for helping me get ready for this tournament, and all my sponsor, King's Kimonos and Ruka Sports.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Kaynan, for your time. We can't wait to watch you compete. If you guys want to watch it, it'll be exclusively on flowgrappling.com this Friday, November 18th. And the event, like I said before, is brought to you exclusively by Black Armor Kimonos. We'll see you guys soon for another episode. Thanks, Kaynan.
All right, see you.